home theater devices, their radio, their portals to talk to grandma through. I was at CES just a couple months ago, and all the new televisions have cameras on them. So it used to be that we looked at the TV, and now the TV is going to be looking at you. So it's not only for Skype, it's not only for beauty that the camera is there. Engineers are going to start using these cameras to program applications that allow you to go on TV. So, you know, the folks here at Playlist Live, the YouTubers, today they are YouTube stars. Tomorrow they're going to be TV stars. And you know, if you look at these numbers, it tells a story. And yeah, Jenna has millions more.
As she should.
So, you know, the reality is that history was created here in the last 5-6 years. All of you guys and the YouTubers embraced the new format, personal broadcasting, and that's changing media forever. You know, people have been talking about interactive television for the past 4 decades. Literally, ever since I got into the business back in 1995, it was already old, interactive television. What is it going to be? It's like choose your ending, choose your own adventure, vote, chat. It was all there. It's really not until now, with what YouTube and the YouTubers have done, that we have truly an interactive and a two-way experience. You know, YouTubers connect to their audience. They invite their audience to comment, to give ideas for the next show, to send in photos. They put in the photos in the video. They respond to emails. They respond to tweets. So finally, TV is responsive. That's what's going on with real humans and not just cold corporations. And that's a big deal. So congratulations to all of you and all of us and all of them. Let's hope we don't fuck it up. So, where am I going with all of this? I'm here to discuss a vision of the future. It's a vision, because there could be many visions, about two-way television and what it opens up for all of us. But before I look forward into the future, I want to take a look back at the first viral video. So, can I ask how many of you don't remember this? 1, 2, yes, don't be embarrassed, please. 3, no, 2, okay. So, when I was an engineer back in 1996, that was all the rage. It was 10 years before YouTube. And really, the reason I'm remembering it here for another 30 seconds is because it's a telling story. The technology that enabled this came out in 1995. 3D Studio Max became available on the PCs. And email just started to explode. So what allowed people to create it and what allowed people to share it came out, and then within a few months that showed up. So when enabling technology gets out there, our creative minds are going to find ways to exploit it, and that's a big part of the theme that we're talking about today. So it's really technology without the creativity is not it. So let's look at several forces that are at work right now. I'm going to look at 4 things that are shaping the future of this industry. And the number 1 is the enabling technology. I call it audio-visual everywhere. And on the left here, we see a $65,000 camera. In the middle, an $85,000 broadcast truck. All that power is going to be in our hands. Some of it is already there, but a lot more of it. And I don't know, you know the saying in theater, when they put a gun, when a gun shows up in the first act, it's going to get used in the third act. Well, the gun is on the table, the technology is there, and now the question is, what are we going to use it for? So the capabilities for real live broadcasting from anywhere at any time are going to be a big piece that's going to reshape the next phase. And CNN is already doing it. and soon they're going to be doing it live. We all know about micro-blogging. Soon we're going to know a lot more about micro-broadcasting. So that's one force at work. Let's look at the second force, reality television. Reality is the biggest format in media. Ever since Real World came out in 2000, reality has taken over television, and it's getting stronger and stronger. 12 years ago, we had 8 reality shows. Today we have over 400 reality shows. And this is not counting all the YouTube channels and YouTube shows, which I would count as reality, or 90% reality. So, you know, it's so big that they now have reality shows about shows that start right after the show. And, yeah, niche. The trend in reality is that's becoming nichier and nichier. It's also the trend on YouTube, cheaper and cheaper. And, you know, you'd think this is strange. You know, Epic Mealtime is right up there, and a natural extension of this. And, you know, speaking of making content cheaper, I come from Israel, and in Israel, they had a cost-cutting idea of firing the camera people and firing the sound people and giving the subjects camera. This is a show that's called Connected, following 5 women and 5 guys in their daily vlogs. This is the highest rated show in the history of the country, not just in reality. So, and this is happening right now in the world. The third out of 4 things that I want to talk about in terms of trends that we're looking at is the addiction to the internet. I didn't make this up. This is from the University of Chicago study. And, you know, we're all addicted to the internet. Someone we don't even know halfway around the world presses a like button and we need to know about it immediately. You know, if I ask here, how many of you have checked your email or Twitter or Facebook in the last 30 minutes? Okay, yeah. Thank you. Making the point. So, you know, social networks are built for real-time communication. They strive with real-time communication. Video is probably the most effective communication format. And so, you know, the extension of real-time video being integrated into the social networks in real time is not a big leap of faith. And this commercial, which we all know.
Hey, 2 tickets just opened up on the 50. Yep, about to go pick them up from Will Call. So 46 seconds ago. Did you guys hear that Chapman rolled his ankle? It's done. Get out there. So 12 seconds ago. You guys know how to post videos to Facebook? You guys know how to post videos to Facebook? Did you guys hear someone stole the other team's mascot? So 27 seconds ago.
Stay a step ahead with 4G LTE.
So, if it's from 5 minutes ago, it's old news. Wow, what are we thinking? I can just imagine myself in bed with my girlfriend saying, "No, darling, no, I just need another 5 minutes to get my fix." So the last force that's working in the background of all of this is the desire of consumers for fame. What's important to our youth? You know it. Become rich and famous. I personally can relate, I admit it, I wanted to be a rock star. I couldn't sing, I couldn't play any instrument. I wanted to be an artist, I couldn't draw, I couldn't paint, I couldn't sculpt. I studied acting, I tried, I got a B-, I sucked. But this is what young people want, and all the other trends and this trend together combine into a very strong urge and enabling forces. Everyone wants to be on TV. There's a growing demand for reality talent to fill all these niche channels, but guess what? The supply is growing faster than the demand. You know, people are so eager to be on television, they even go to school for it. They now have a New York reality television school that will train you to get on reality shows. Over 30,000 people walk empty-handed from American Idol auditions. Because of the reality TV culture and the YouTube influence, young people believe that if they just be themselves, they can also be famous. So the bar seemingly is more approachable than in the past. You know, these guys did it, why can't we? Well, and you know, these YouTubers, when you talk to them, they're being contacted every day by their followers and the fans. You know, how did you do it? Tell us, you're so successful, etc. That's the #1 thing they want to know. They are obsessed with it. So, we looked at the 4 forces: the personal broadcast devices on television and on the mobile, the reality programming that is being compounded to the oomph degree and only getting stronger, the addiction to real-time internet, and the insatiable desire to be famous. So, what happens when it all comes together? We already have apps that allow us to vote, and we already have apps that allow us to chat with TV, but people want to be on TV. They're holding broadcast devices in their hand, they are addicted to real-time social feedback, and they have a huge urge to get recognition, so much so that they are working hard to become the mayor of the neighborhood deli. So these folks, regular consumers, they will go to great length to be part of the TV experience. And they've grown to expect products that are easy to use in their hand and bring the world to them and them to the world within seconds. So a smart man once told me, and this is a little subjective, that's why I'm hesitant to show it, but that the biggest untapped market in the world is the desire to be famous. So we're going to see product and services that are selling fame, or the illusion of fame. So let's start by looking at some broadcast utilities that are out there. Google Hangouts is a great product. I use it, I love it. It has a big future. It's worth catching a few minutes of this Obama thing, which was really cool. And they're going to provide APIs for developers to use it in order to program interactive live applications. This is already in use. So let's
Islamic face veil, despite an attempt to exist in regards to the banning of the face veils.
Well, first of all, most of the French people, a majority of the French people...
So this is a TV station somewhere in the Midwest that is already using this technology today to allow consumers from all over the world to jump into the television experience. It used to be that they had to send a satellite truck. I love Bamboozer. I don't know if many of you know it. It's an amazing utility. And there's other technologies like this. This is broadcast from a mobile phone. When the Egyptian government closed all the TV channels last year, one of the only ways to get stuff out of Egypt was through live broadcasting from people's cell phone. So, these services, however, don't scratch the itch for exposure with the growing consumer audience who is fascinated with broadcasting, with social networks, with social feedback, with real-time interaction, and with fame. The issue is these services don't provide you with an audience. Believe it or not, there's not a single place on the web today where you wanted to go and broadcast in front of 500 people. It doesn't exist. It may not sound like much for some of you who have a big following, but for regular Mr. Consumer, if you try really hard and you go on Ustream or on Justin TV and you email and you Facebook and you tweet all your friends and everybody, you may get 7 people. And that's if you called your mom and asked her to watch you. So there are a few projects out there in the works that are trying to change that to allow consumers to get in front of an audience. Sean Parker and Sean Fanning's Airtime. It's been in the works for the past 2 years. It's coming out next couple of months. They put people together in channels based on their demographic, geography, interests, etc. Netband Command is another project in the planning, a consumer live nerve center for their broadcast. And YouNow, which is the company that I'm with, we approach this consumer angle in a different way. We're not a broadcast utility, but rather we look at ourselves as a game. I call it the world's first broadcast-based social game. And let's take a quick look. Up. Okay, I think we're on. So we're watching the music channel. Is your audio needs some help here? Let's see what's going on the show's channel.
You need to watch it. It's inspirational.
So we have Brittany Louise Taylor on the show's channel.
It's like don't cry. I hate it when people cry. It makes me so sad.
So if folks like Brittany, they will click the green thumbs up button and she will stay on air. If they don't like her, they'll click the red thumbs down button and she will be voted off. And the next person in the queue will go live. Also, if people want to follow Brittany, they press the Twitter button, subscribe to her Facebook, and we're adding, of course, subscribe to YouTube, which is launching next week, or become a fan on the system. They can also give her gifts. I'm going to go ahead and offer to marry her. Let's see if she...
I'm waiting on the chat. Come on, guys. What do you want me to say? They're asking me if I want to see Titanic 3D in April. Maybe. Have you heard of this? Sonia, yes. Come on. What do you want me to say? Playlist. Say, okay. Let's see. Kristen wants a shout out. Ruby says hello. Lucy says hello. Sophie says hello. Someone just gave me a diamond ring and asked me to marry them. Hey. Lloyd says hello. Chloe says hello. Kristen says hello too. And we all wish that we were there right now with you. Yeah. Ruth says hello. Miranda says hello. Carly says hi. Rita wants a shout out. Now the chat is really fast. Melissa says hello. Sarah says hi. Miranda, Jasmine, Ashley, Anna, Linda, Lucy, Robin, Maddie, Scarlett, Teresa. I have no clue if I'm still live. I'm going to keep talking. Jasmine, Linda, Kendra.
Okay, let's see what goes on the Talk Plus channel.
Hey guys, Buckle here. I did recently put blueberries inside a banana. And you know what? It wasn't as juicy at first. But you know what?
What he was trying to say was he put blueberries in a banana. And it wasn't as juicy. Are we still on it there? We are? Oh, you're not? Should we, are we going to demonstrate this again?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not.
So just like any other social game, stats are important. People can see how many fans they earn each day. These are my stats, so they're not very good. Gifts that they've received, how many people liked each broadcast, how many people didn't like it, who are those people exactly, what went down in the chat, etc., etc. So just like any other game, stats are important. And we're turning this, let me go back to the PowerPoint. So we're talking about broadcast-based gaming. So let's look at some examples that are coming down the pipeline. Amazing Race, we all know this. It's a reality show. It's a game between 5 couples running around the world to achieve different challenges. Well, 5 couples can participate in this game. And if you want to participate in this game, good luck. You'll have to fly out, you'll have to wait in line, you'll have to walk through weeks, auditions, etc., and then you won't get it. And the game is just not open for everyone. Well, soon we're going to have the game. You press on your app, it recognizes where you are. You happen to be in San Francisco. Your challenge is finish the burger at the Great Burger Joint. You shoot yourself doing it, you earn points, you earn status, you go to the next level, etc., etc. A simple example of a broadcast-based game that is opening up for everyone. Here's another example, and this is coming on YouNow in the next couple of weeks. Challenges. So before the next person goes up, the audience decides what they're going to do. Do a dance, talk about someone you fancy and why, or act like your favorite animal. Do, 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 do. 47% of the people wants him to act like his favorite animal. Very simple. He gets his assignment. He has 2 minutes. If he's successful, he gets the goods and the rewards, the prizes. If he's not, he sees tomatoes, and the next person in the queue goes live. 12% of the people on the service broadcast. That leaves 88% of the people who are part of the TV experience that are chatting and voting. What can we do for them? Well, if you're an avid viewer and you're on the site a lot and whatnot, we identify you as that. We elevate you to become a judge. So there's other roles in this TV experience besides a broadcaster and a viewer, and that's part of the broadcast-based experience. Let's take a look at this example. This will be the last example I'll show. We talked about TVs with cameras in them, and the TVs becoming 2 ways. Today, if there's a talk show and the talk show host is talking to the folks to participate, it's usually folks who are right there in the studio audience. I want to hear a story of someone whose parents got divorced when they were 3 after these messages, whatever it is. Well, now that can go out to everyone who is watching. They can get in the queue, they can get a short pre-interview and pre-screening from an associate producer, and jump right there into the television experience in real time. So, you know, let's take advantage of those cameras that are installed on all those TVs. And the news is that engineers are working on it all over the world. So, that's it. That's really what I want to talk about. I've been in this business for 15 years, and there's one thing that never changes. Products become easier to use, more accessible, and consumers, as they become more experienced with media, they start to create more, distribute more, and feel comfortable around participating in media. It's a trend that's not going anywhere. The line is blurring between the audience and the creators, and you know, the TV of the future is really a portal that we can all jump in and out of as consumers. So we're here all weekend. We have a booth downstairs. My team is here, and thanks for having us. Sure.
Yeah. Since your other person earlier was talking about things that everybody would agree upon when he mentioned something about the Taliban, I'm getting the impression that the ability to hook up live and get right there with the other person means somehow there's a GPS upload. What's to stop the wrong kinds of people from targeting people that they see and they want to just go boom, and I can hack you and find out where you are, and that's the end of that, because I don't like you.
I'm sorry, what was it? I'm sorry. I got it, I can repeat it. I was confused.
I got it. You know, it's one of those cases where enabling technologies, as soon as they're out there, people are going to use them and program, you know, apps around them and services and web services. So, Foursquare, Twitter, Facebook, everybody uses that data today. I think it's responsible, important, and as it actually gets done, which is the service gives the consumer the option to turn it off. And of course, that's what we do as well. So as long as the consumer knows that they can turn it off, I think it's fair.
But my concern was because this is like an immediate uplink, and I'm just guessing, I don't know enough about coding and programming, but unlike being on Facebook or something that goes through other different links and everything else, that this would be an immediate hooking you up. It seems to be a more immediate way to hack for those that do.
Yeah, I think that, you know, every system, there's people want to game the system, so it's a general true comment. Any other questions? Great, okay, I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you so much.